Have you ever asked yourself, if you knew with absolute certainty that you would fail tomorrow, would you still try today? If you knew a relationship was doomed to break, would you still dare to begin loving? And if you knew that death was the inevitable final end, how would you live this life? Thousands of years ago, a people who lived amidst ice and storms answered these questions, not with lofty philosophy, but with stories. Stories of imperfect gods and a predetermined apocalypse. Welcome back to Myth Detective. Today, we will not just tell a story. We will uncover a forgotten code for living, one that was carved into ancient stones and told beside crackling fires. These are the bloody lessons that Norse mythology teaches us all. The world of Norse mythology is not a beautiful place. It is harsh, cold, and cruel, and so are its gods. They are not omnipotent, nor are they all good. They make mistakes, they deceive, they love, and they hate. And most importantly, they know they are going to die. So why should we, the people of the 21st century, listen to these ancient tales? Because hidden deep within the violence and tragedy, there are 4 golden rules. 4 core lessons that can change the way we see our own lives. The first and most brutal rule: fate is immovable. No one understood this better than Odin, the Allfather of the 9 worlds. By sacrificing his eye at the well of Mimir, he saw everything. He foresaw the day of Ragnarok. He foresaw the great wolf Fenrir, the very beast that would devour him. He knew the tragic end for himself and for all the gods. So, what did he do? Did he run? Did he try to change his destiny? No. He forged weapons. He gathered the greatest warriors in Valhalla. He prepared for a war he knew he was guaranteed to lose. Why? Because the Vikings believed that a person's worth is not found in victory over fate. Worth is found in how you face it. You cannot choose your end, but you can choose how you meet that end, with your head held high, with courage that does not falter. In our own lives, there are unavoidable Ragnaroks: an illness, a loss, a foretold failure. Odin's lesson teaches us that even when facing the inevitable, we still have a choice. The choice not to surrender. The choice to fight until the very last breath, not to win, but to keep our dignity intact. If everything is doomed to die, even the gods, then what is worth striving for? The second rule gives us the answer. It is written in the ancient poem Havamal, in the words of Odin himself. Cattle die, kinsmen die, and you yourself shall die. But I know one thing that never dies: the reputation of the dead. This was the guiding principle for every action of a Viking warrior. Money, power, even life itself were all temporary. The only thing you could leave behind, the only thing that would last forever, was your reputation, your name, the story others would tell about you after you were gone. Do you want to be remembered as brave or as a coward, as loyal or as a turncoat? That choice shaped their every deed. Their promises were iron. Their loyalty was absolute, because every action was carving the statue of their own honor. In the modern world, it is easy to get caught up in material values. But this lesson reminds us, when everything else is gone, the true legacy we leave is not what we owned, but who we were, how we lived, and how we affected others. The third rule will shatter your preconceptions of heroes and villains. It is this: no one is perfect, and the world is not black and white. Look at the Norse gods. Thor, the great hero, but with a temper as wild as his storms, who often solved problems with brute force. Odin, the wise god, but also a master of cunning and deceit, willing to trick others to achieve his goals. And of course, there's Loki. Was Loki evil? Absolutely. He caused the death of Balder, and he fathered the monsters that would destroy the world. But it was also Loki, through his wit, who brought the gods their greatest treasures, including Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, and Odin's spear, Gungnir. He was both the source of the problem and the solution to it. Norse mythology teaches us that all things exist in a balance of extremes: order and chaos, creation and destruction. Within every hero, there is a dark corner, and within every villain, there is a reason, a pain that pushed them down their path. This lesson helps us to see the world and ourselves with more nuance and compassion, to accept the imperfection in ourselves and in others. And finally, after all the tragedy, violence, and loss, Norse mythology leaves us with the most important rule of all: the rule of hope. Destruction is not the end. The story of Ragnarok does not end with Surtur's fire consuming the world. That is only the twilight. And after the twilight, there is always the dawn. A new world rises from the sea, fresh and pure. A few gods survive. They do not rebuild the old Asgard. They begin a new era. And the first thing they do, as we have discovered, is to find the golden game pieces of the past. Even after the worst possible collapse, life will find a way to sprout. Failure is not the end point. It is the opportunity to build something better and wiser. The cycle of destruction and rebirth is eternal. Fate, honor, imperfection, and hope. For rules written in the blood and ice of the Norse gods. They are not ancient fairy tales. They are a mirror reflecting the battles we all face every single day. So, when your own Ragnarok arrives, how will you choose to face it? Thank you for watching. I am the myth detective, and our case has only just begun.